In this episode, we're going to talk about history. Linux will often have long, complicated, and complex commands and utilities that you're using from the command line shell. Often, to repeat a command, it becomes a tedious task to put in the necessary options and arguments. So history is a very helpful way for you to repeat the last command that you've typed or see what you've typed in the command line interface. By typing the command history, it will display the last 500 commands that you've typed into the command line shell. And you can execute by history number by typing the exclamation mark followed by the number that is recorded that is indexed for the commands that you've typed. You can also press the up arrow to simply put into the command line prompt the cycling through previous commands in history. You can even search through history with Ctrl+R and do a reverse search, and pressing Ctrl+R again to continue to search through history. So in the lab, we're going to show how to use this history feature in a practical example. And again, the benefits are numerous. It allows you to repeat previous commands, to see what you've typed, and to search through your previous command list in order to find a command that you've typed before, so you don't have to go through the tedious task of writing out complex commands repetitively. Hi, in this episode, we're going to talk about the history feature of the shell. History keeps a history of the last 1,000 commands that you've typed into Linux. Why is this helpful, you ask? Well, because sometimes when you type commands which are really long, which have complicated variables, complicated switches, complicated file names, sometimes it's easier just to be able to have an easier way to type that command again. And that's where history comes in. History, as mentioned, shows the last 1,000 commands that you've typed, all the way from the very first command that you've typed. All right, if you want to run any of these commands again, you simply have to put an exclamation mark and the number of the command that you're typing. So for example, I'm going to say, hey, I want to say number 18, and here is that command being executed again. I can either see the entire list, or I can go up in the list with the up arrow. Here I'm just going up one by one, as you can see, using the up arrow. All right, another thing you can do is search with Ctrl+R. Reverse search throughout your history, so I can say TY, and you can see the last time I typed TY. All right, and I can say PI, and it says the last time I typed PI. So you can do a reverse search and Ctrl+R to continue that search if you don't find that first search result to be what you are looking for. You can skip to the second and then the preceding search results using Ctrl+R. So again, history is a very simple way to actually go through the commands that you've typed using the up arrow, as I'm doing right now. See the full list of history with the command history, and use Ctrl+R to do a reverse search in history, where you can say the last time I typed PING, what did I type? And all the different times I typed PING. So this is how you can utilize history to make your work easier inside the shell by repeating commands or understanding where commands are that you've typed before. If you want to clear history, you can always type history -C to clear it, and now it should be nothing in my history except for the command that I just typed. All right, so with that being said, I will close this lab here. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.